Hello, everyone, and here we go
Hello.
again. Yes, for a CREA shot with a new guest. And this is going to be a pretty interesting episode because you consider that we're still in Europe, and yet the differences are pretty striking. You look at me and look at our beautiful guest, Nathalie. Hello, Nathalie. How are
Hello.
you?
Hello, everyone. Yes, I'm close to Paris, and it seems winter time today.
So let's try to balance it. Natalie, the reason there are many reasons why you're here today, but one it's particularly important to me because I saw that really caught my attention that you are organizing a particularly special retreat this summer. Can you tell us more about what you do?
Okay. So the retreat is called Dans les pas du cheval, which means in the footsteps of the horse. It is a mixed, a multiple approach retreat with creativity, mediation with horse, walking with horse, sophrology, I'm going to tell a few words about this, and yoga, a pretty dynamic yoga called Ashtanga yoga. So I'm a sophrologist and I'm a creativity facilitator. I've been to CREA conference many years in Sicily, and I hope next September maybe in Tuscany. So the approach is multiple because we think that individuals have multiple entries, multiple doors, and they have to find their own key to enter into a world of self-questioning, personal development, adding more creativity into their lives, etc. And we don't have the same keys and not the same doors. So it's nice to have different approaches. And I also love to co-facilitate with others. So obviously I'm not doing the whole thing by myself, So I will deal with the sophrology part, creativity part as well. But the horse mediation is done with another Nathalie, who is a professional into that field. She's coaching horses and people with horses. And Marion, who is my daughter, and who has gone to CREA conference as well, for the yoga part. Okay. So we are mixing, well, obviously it is already a very creative approach, I think, to mix those disciplines, which are not usually offered at the same time. So do you want me to explain a bit more each of them?
Please tell us more about all you do, because it's a very interesting and new field for many of the people who are listening to us.
Okay, so the retreat will be in a beautiful area in Normandy called Cotentin, pretty close to the sea, from the 1st of August to the 6th of August. So people will be invited to reside at the same place where horses are as well. So the horse part, there's no horseback riding. It's done on foot. Exercises to train yourself to listen to how the horse breathes, the noise of the hoofs of the horse on the pavement while you're walking on his side, how you relate to the horse, because the horse is a wonderful mirror of our emotions. A horse feels instantly and shows you instantly how you are within yourself, the level of stress, the kind of emotions you are living. The horse feels it right away. Okay, so it's a very nice way to listen to yourself with this mirror of the horse. Okay, And this is where sophrology will be mixed with this approach, because with sophrology, we really train ourselves to listen to our five senses through our body, what my body tells me at a specific time, through mindfulness, but active mindfulness with movements, breathing techniques, of course, and stress relieving techniques. Okay? So, and in sophrology, also we use visualization, so very creative way of looking at things, and maybe opening up new ideas about yourself, about your life, about why am I doing always this thing that way? Could I open up more my perspectives? So in this way, I always say that sophrology is a creative technique for personal development. Okay, and yoga will be done every morning on the beach in a very dynamic way, Ashtanga yoga, and more quiet in the evening to prepare ourselves for a nice night. Yeah, there'll be more creativity tools that will be used to exchange between people, to ask oneself, what have I learned today? How can I use it in my life? What perspectives it opens to me? So, yeah, it's a must this summer, I think, from August 1st to 6th. And it's not very far from the Mont Saint-Michel for tourists, foreign tourists who want to experiment this with us.
Nathalie, it's beautiful. Tell us more, because I know that you have been to CREA many times. So I think you have this vocabulary. You've said you are also a creativity facilitator. So how important is creativity, or how important are all these disciplines to develop your creativity, and in what ways? And especially the horse riding really captures me.
Okay. Well, I think creativity can apply to the corporate world, for example, to companies, to teams. But when obviously we're not doing this in this retreat, we are talking to individuals and how to help them develop a new way of feeling themselves, looking at themselves and at their projects. Maybe some people coming to our retreat will have a particular project to develop that can help them to open up new ways of looking at it, to enlarge vision, either on a project or on, in your life, on your behaviors. And the horse will be there to make the consciousness go quicker, I think, because it will react all the time with the person. For the time, we're not going to have horses with us all the time. We're not sleeping with them. We're not eating with them, But they'll be just next door. In the field, the house, a beautiful house where the retreat is going to take place. You open the door and you see the field where the horses are. And there are horses trained for this kind of things, really nice and gentle horses. So, yeah, creativity in the way of opening up your imagination about your life, your behaviors, and who you are in the long run.
Fabulous. Well, there's a very strong connection, because you know that CREA this year is going to be in a Dynamo camp in Tuscany, and this very deep connection with nature is going to also be part of the conference spirit that we would like to offer to our participants this year. And the theme for CREA this year is recreation. So it's really regenerating ourselves through nature and to the opportunity of being immersed in beautiful, beautiful landscape. Nathalie, tell us something about some of your experiences at CREA, because you have known CREA for longer than myself. So when was your first time at CREA? What do you remember about that experience?
My first time was in 2005, I think. I had a friend who told me about CREA France first, and then CREA Conference in Sestri. So when I went there first time, I thought, wow, so many people so interested and passionate in creativity. I have been a painter and a sculptor apart from my job for many, many years. And it was great to be in the same sort of the same bath of creativity, and learning tools to enhance the creativity part of my job in corporations, in the corporate world, and I came for that, for getting trained into tools. I think I had a creative mind, but I didn't know how to introduce it within a team, for example. So I went through several years, at least 6 in a row, I think, at Sestri. I came to Sestri to train myself into creativity tools, and then I used it, and I became a professional creativity facilitator, as well as a sophrologist. I mean, I did the two training almost at the same time, which really showed me how many links there are between creativity and sophrology for me. And I've been teaching in sophrology schools in the UK and in France, and I've been teaching workshops on creativity and sophrology, using, making bridges all the time.
You're really a brilliant example of creative connections between different disciplines, and also you've said something very interesting, that you apply creativity to business and teams and organizations, and also you apply creativity for personal development. So these two paths, I think, are great paths that can really run parallel in creative development, both personal and organizational.
Yes,
So,
yes. And
I
I can add something. I think the personal development field, which I've always been interested in, thanks to sophrology first, and then some application with creativity. I think it's walking alongside a horse that I had this idea of, wow, it'll be great to offer a retreat where we could mix those different approaches. And I love the idea of doing it with one of my daughter, who's become a professional yoga teacher. That's really nice too, as well. And it's walking alongside the horse, really, that I had these ideas coming through my mind. So this is a very live example of how creativity can just come, and you just have to grab the idea and then, of course, work on it. But
beautiful. Can I make a wish? I wish one day you will bring horses to CREA, and we can horse ride our creativity at CREA as well. This is a real big wish.
Well, actually, the Nathalie, the professional horse coach, and with whom I'm going to do the retreat, last year, right after the first confinement, she crossed France with two horses. She was riding one horse, and the other horse was carrying her things for 6 months in a row. She did this. So we could probably envision going from Normandy to Tuscany on horse.
That's beautiful. I love the CREA shots, because in every shot, then in the end, we come with a very creative vision.
Crazy idea, but not so crazy, It's possible.
It is possible. Yeah, it's a world of possibilities. And Nathalie, our time is running out, and I made you a promise to offer something in French. So now you know that unfortunately I don't speak French. Please say something nice, even though I won't be able to understand.
Ok, ben, merci beaucoup pour cette introduction à la retraite que je propose cet été dans les pas du cheval, avec un mix créatif très original, sophrologie, yoga, médiation par le cheval et créativité dans un très bel endroit, et j'espère que vous serez nombreux à vous inscrire. Merci Alessia.
Merci beaucoup. Thank you, and see you at CREA.
Yes.
Dynamo Camp from the 22nd to the 26th of September, and the website is www.creaconference.com. Come visit us, send us messages, connect, and generate ideas. Bye. See you next week.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.